evening and welcome to the Whitewater Wind Down. I'm Grace Caputo alongside Ashley Carroll. Well, April 14th is National Gardening Day. Do you do any gardening in your free time?
No, not really. I used to help my mom plant flowers when I was a kid, but I don't really do that anymore. But I would definitely like to get back into that because I remember having a lot of fun with it.
No, I agree, but I feel like gardening is my mom's de-stressing space. So whenever I try to get involved, she's like, no, and I'm like, okay. So I let her do her thing.
That's true.
But I do have a lot of my own plants in my dorm. Every time I walk into Target, it's so tempting to buy a new plant, so I have to restrain myself because then I'm not gonna have any room for anything else.
That's real. Do you have a favorite plant?
There's probably the first one I bought because it has super long vines and leaves, so that's super nice. So yeah, I'd say that one.
Sounds really pretty.
Thank you. Well, are you counting down the days to the end of the school year?
Oh, for sure I am. I cannot wait till summer vacation to be on the beach. It's gonna be so nice.
Ooh, I agree. I'm mainly counting down the days to Easter weekend because then I get to go home and see my family, so it should be nice. Well, how are your stress levels now that we're almost to the end of the semester?
Right now they're still pretty low, but I think once it gets closer to finals, things are definitely gonna start escalating quickly. How about you?
I agree. My stress levels were definitely higher beginning of this week. Now they're kind of down and chilling, but I know the closer we get to the end of the semester, like you said, they're definitely gonna peak.
Oh, for sure.
Well, we'll be right back with more on the Whitewater Wind Down after this.
What does it mean to be a Warhawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a Warhawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the Warhawk way.
She's always had it. Pure ambition. An unbridled self-confidence that most people only dream of. You see it driving her, empowering her, and in time, you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail. All she needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
Welcome to Jitters Coffee House. Located on the first floor of the Wells Towers, Jitters is a student-run coffee lounge and offers a variety of coffee and ice cream-based drinks and is home to many entertaining programs, including live music, gamer trivia nights, and other performances. Coordinate your activity by emailing jitters@uww.edu. Jitters is completely run by volunteers who can earn service hours and even receive a free drink during their shift. Stop in tonight at Jitters Coffee House, where fun events and community come together.
Last week, Warhawk Dining hosted Colorful, an exciting event with food, freebies, mocktails, and more. Edie Fernay has more on the story.
This semester, Warhawk Dining hosted a variety of exciting events in their dining halls, including DIY workshops and special themed meals. On April 8th, Colorful was hosted at Escrow Dining Hall, inviting students to learn more about their food in a vibrant and unique way.
Hi, my name is Kenny. The event we're doing right now is Colorful. It's part of our Joyful Series event on campus. This is a really big blowout events that we have throughout the semester, so we'll have 2 per semester. We try and make it as fun as possible.
This event included a healthy charcuterie board, colorful DIY mural, decorations, and lots of campus partners. Students were given insight into their health from the campus dietitian and interpersonal violence prevention. Attendees were grateful for this event and all it had to offer.
I really liked this event because everyone was really welcoming. There was a table of goodies which I really indulged in. I liked the bartender was really friendly with the mocktails, and it was nice to have fruit because there's never fruit at the dining halls. There was a lot more options than normal, and they were all really great, and it was super fun and good. And all the staff that were working the event were really friendly, and all the goodies were just amazing.
For UWW TV News, this has been Edie Frenay.
Thank you, Edie.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think it's super cool that they're doing extra stuff to try and spice up the dining experience.
No, I totally agree. I loved all the themed nights they've been doing. I'm super upset that I missed the Italian night.
Oh yeah, I'm upset that I missed it too. I didn't even know that they had it. That sounds awesome. But I was definitely a big fan of the breakfast night. That was my favorite.
Oh, I saw the long line for that one. I missed that one too.
All right, well, stay tuned for more on the Whitewater Wind Down after this.
We'd love to show you what it's like to be a Warhawk.
Come on!
Don't miss out on your chance to be a Warhawk.
At UW Whitewater.
You belong here!
Welcome to the Whitewater Forensics team, where we ignite voices and foster connections. With 3 to 4 hours of practice weekly, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth. From energizing warm-ups to passionate storytelling, we build confidence and creativity. Join our close-knit team, conquer public speaking fears, and advocate for your story. With over 100 awards annually, become part of a community where every voice matters.
Welcome to The World Today on UWW-TV. I'm Yaron Krechevse.
And I'm Vibha Varghese. Now here's what's happening around the world. Last week, Democratic-backed candidate Susan Crawford won Wisconsin's Supreme Court race, the most expensive judicial contest in U.S. history. Crawford gave an acceptance speech on Tuesday night, thanking the state of Wisconsin as they, quote, said loudly that justice does not have a price. Elon Musk was one of many billionaires to back Republican candidate Brad Schimmel and even gave checks to Wisconsin voters the week of the election. And we'll have more of The World Today after a quick break.
Powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake rattled much of Thailand and surrounding countries on March 28th. The death toll has been on the rise with over 3,000 casualties at the time of report. Many countries are facing an overwhelming amount of trauma cases in hospitals, citizens sleeping outside of their homes due to fear of aftershocks, and water and telecommunications being limited or unreliable. International teams including China and Russia have already been on the ground responding to needs.
Following the detention and arrest of Istanbul mayor and more than 100 other opposition members and protesters, young citizens have been protesting the Turkish authorities each day since March 19. Many protests have resulted in tear gas sprays and hundreds more being detained. The European Commission has urged Turkey to, quote, uphold democratic values as a country.
Australia is unexpectedly facing new tariffs imposed by U.S. President Donald Trump. The tariffs will be hitting Heard Island and the McDonald Island, one of the most remote places on Earth, comprised of mostly barren Antarctic space. The citizens of those islands include penguins, seals, and certain types of birds. Australia has slammed President Trump's tariff war as unwarranted and, quote, not the act of a friend.
Justices on Brazil's top court have decided to send their ex-president to stand trial for leading a plot to prevent his rival from taking office in the 2022 election. Ex-President Bolsonaro is already banned from running for public office until 2030 for falsely claiming that Brazil's voting system was vulnerable to fraud. However, he has intentions to fight that ban so he can run for a second term in 2026.
And we'll have more of The World Today after a quick break.
Bonsoir à tous. Hola. Hej, hur är läget?
Marhaba.
Ni hao.
Konnichiwa.
UW Whitewater International Student Association is a student organization that brings both international students and national students together to share their cultural experience and beliefs. The ISA also collaborates with other student organizations in UW Whitewater. The International Dinner is one of the most unique events that ISA have for every spring semester, which serves all kinds of food from different countries, and it invites students to show their talent on the dinner. So what are you waiting for? Come join the ISA today.
We are ISA.
After almost 18 months of living on an island south of Adelaide, local police have found a wiener dog and reunited her with her owners. In 2023, the couple was enjoying a camping trip when their miniature dachshund, Valerie, escaped from her crate. Officials are in the process of redomesticating the 8-pound dog.
For more updates, check us out at uwwtv.org. I'm Vibha Varghese.
And I'm Leon Grechese, and this has been The World Today on UWW-TV.
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you gotta see what's on UWW-TV.
It's always been there, his love of the outdoors. Some days, you wonder if it might be his calling. Truth is, you know that the things he's passionate about today will build the foundation of what he does tomorrow, and possibly inspire a new journey. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
Hello, welcome to Being Sensible, the show where money talks. My name is Ron Hoke, and today we're going to be talking taxes. Ben Franklin once said that nothing is certain except death and taxes, and since death is more of a for the health of it topic, today we're going to be diving deep into the way taxes work in the United States. From federal to state, from income to property, it's time to talk taxes. First of all, what are taxes? In their simplest and most ideal forms, taxes are fees that a citizen has to pay to the government in order to fund services that the government can provide. These can range from obvious government services like Social Security and Medicare to things we may take for granted like roads and public schools to the salaries of jobs like police officers, firefighters, and mail carriers. All of this and so much more is paid for by taxes. The thought process behind taxes is because everybody benefits from having roads to drive on, schools to teach children, mail being delivered, and the community being protected. Everybody should chip in to make sure those things are paid for. Taxes are collected by federal government in Washington, D.C., state governments, and city governments, and you legally have to pay them. Not paying your taxes is a crime known as tax evasion, so it's generally a good idea to pay them. With all that said, tax does not exist in a vacuum because taxes are money that you have to pay and that money then goes to the government. Taxes are a consistently popular political issue. Some people feel like they pay too much, some people feel like others are paying too little, some people feel like the money that they're paying should be used differently, and some people wonder why they're paying at all. The list goes on. We're not here to break down every angle and opinion of taxes as a political issue. That's more of an issues and ideas topic. Point is, taxes can be a touchy subject, and it's impossible to talk about them without acknowledging that they're controversial. Now, you may find yourself wondering, Ron, that's great and all, but how do I pay my taxes and what do I need to do? The good news is you're already paying them. Taxes are deducted from your paycheck automatically. The bad news is they're not always deducted accurately. Sometimes you're not paying the appropriate amount for your income and you owe taxes. Sometimes you're paying too much for your income and the government owes you a tax refund. This is why it's so important to file your taxes. Filing your taxes is filling out some forms in order to settle up with the government and make sure everybody has the amount of money that they're supposed to. The due date for filing your taxes is April 15th. You can file your taxes through accountants, tax professionals, or tax companies like TurboTax. If the math doesn't scare you, you can do it yourself, either on paper or through the IRS's free tax filing tools. For more information on those tools, visit www.irs.gov/file-your-taxes-for-free. And there you have it. Taxes can be complicated and overwhelming, but hopefully we've shown you why they're important, how you can pay and file them, and why taxes are a being sensible topic. For UWW-TV, I'm Ron Hoke, and this has been Being Sensible.
The University of Wisconsin-Whitewater Men's Bowling Club won the 2025 Collegiate Club National Championship Tournament. Congratulations to them.
Additionally, Whitewater finished second at the 2025 National Collegiate Gymnastics Championships, with Paige Magel and Tegan Haberstock sharing the individual national title on the balance beam. The team set a program record and had multiple athletes earning All-American honors. Head coach Jennifer Reagan was also named NCGA Coach of the Year. This year's remarkable season was dedicated to their late teammate, Kara.
We'll be right back with more after this.
Have you heard of UROC?
We're part of Whitewater and our own thing.
Come on, we'll show you.
I learned how to be a college student here, and now I'm headed off to Madison to study global health, and I know I'm ready.
People like me who aren't a fan of big crowds would really like UROC because it's welcoming and it's laid back.
My advisor helped me figure out my schedule, organize my time, fill out my FAFSA, and figure out what classes I liked and how to turn that into a major. And if I had to do it again, I would choose UROC.
You ready to rock?
You belong here.
Alex DeLeo with So We Go Here
On 91.7 The Edge, your station for sports, news, and of course, music. With our extensive music library
of alternative, rock, and hip-hop. All for you, all right here on 91.7 The Edge.
The UW Whitewater Bookstore is your one-stop shop for apparel, textbooks, and technology. Stop in for a wide selection of gifts from our alumni, family, and name brand sections. Need to purchase or rent a textbook? Head downstairs to Textbook Services. Check out our new custom shop and create personalized apparel for your organization. Need a charger, laptop, or headphones? Our new technology section has everything you might need. For more information and bookstore hours, visit uwwhitewaterbookstore.com.
Welcome to This Week in Wisconsin History. This week, we'll be covering the 1977 election of Jim Yaden, the state's first openly gay person to hold public office. On April 5th, 1977, 26-year-old Jim Yaden was elected by public vote to a full-term seat on Madison City Council, the first openly gay public official in Wisconsin and only the fourth in U.S. history. The UW Law graduate had previously helped form the Gay Law Students Association on campus and was an early member of the Madison Alliance for Homosexual Equality, Wisconsin's first gay rights organization. Yaden later served on the Madison Equal Opportunities Commission, playing an integral part in reframing the city's Equal Opportunities Ordinance to include protection for Madison's LGBT community. In an October 1976 special election, Yaden was appointed by city council members to serve out the remainder of a resigning alder's term. He publicly came out in the local papers the next day.
I wanted to be honest about, I said, so I did an interview with the Daily Cardinal, and I said, hey, there's two things that are important to me. I'm gay and I'm a vegetarian, and I'm not trying to proselytize and want everybody to be gay or be a vegetarian, just telling you who I am. And then everybody knew.
Yaden ran for a full term in the general election 6 months later as an openly gay man.
I gotta tell you, I had some wonderful people who ended up, straight people who worked on my campaign, who lived in these dorms, who had never actually met a gay person. They had no idea, that there were such thing. And they met me, they liked me, they helped me on my campaign. So I was really grateful for that. But so I won my 2 years, and there wasn't a quota. I never had a gay agenda. I just wanted to be me and be honest.
On Madison City Council, Yaden worked on projects such as health department reform, completion of the State Street Mall, decriminalization of marijuana, and the extension of bar hours until 2 a.m. The young alderman also fought against efforts to repeal the Equal Opportunities Ordinance he'd helped amend just years earlier. Throughout his term, Jim received many letters from closeted gay people across the country, seeking his support and advice. Even so, Yaden was still a common recipient of death threats. So many, in fact, that he kept a collection in a designated Threats on Life folder as evidence, in case anything ever happened to him. Jim Yaden resigned from Madison City Council just before the end of his term, and subsequently announced his retirement from politics, wanting to fully devote himself to his own law practice. He continued practicing real estate law out of Madison for over 30 years. Only 5 years after Yaden's historic 1977 election, Wisconsin became the first state to ban discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation. Wisconsin has continued to elect openly gay candidates into public office, including Ricardo Gonzalez in 1989 as the nation's first openly gay Hispanic public official, and Tammy Baldwin in 1998 and 2012 as the first openly gay U.S. Congresswoman and senator. And that's what happened this week in Wisconsin history.
We'd love to show you what it's like to be a war hawk.
Come on!
Don't miss out on your chance to be a war hawk
at UW Whitewater.
You belong here!
Video One Media Services provides accomplished students the opportunity to enhance their college experience by working with real-world clients. In addition, we provide clients local and affordable video options to better enhance their media needs. For more information on how Video One Media Services can help you with your next media project, email or call our office at 262-472-5659.
You can see it. His potential, that is. You see it even when he may not. You see that the things that spark his interest today will in time ignite the things he pursues tomorrow. And ultimately, help him reach new heights. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities, unlimited opportunity.
Welcome back to Whitewater Wind Down.
Students can get a free professional headshot for their handshake and LinkedIn profiles at Career Services' upcoming event. This event will also offer resume reviews with staff to help prepare for job and internship applications. This event will take place in the Highland Hall Atrium on April 14th and April 22nd at various times. Check your email or contact Career Services for more information. Well, I would say that that is super helpful, especially for resume reviews.
For sure.
Well, what do you want to be after graduation?
Well, I want to be a film director or a script writer, something in the realm of film, but I also think it would be really cool to be a DJ at parties.
Oh, wow. No, that does sound very cool.
Two very different things, but I think they both sound really cool. How about you?
Well, both of us are film majors, so I definitely agree that would be a dream to help direct a film, but also being an electronic media major, I don't know, I could find myself helping behind any sort of camera for any kind of live event. So, yeah. Well, when you were little, does that match what you want to do now?
It does not match at all. I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was little. I was
Really?
a dinosaur kid.
Oh my gosh, I wish I was more into dinosaurs as a kid because they seemed really cool. Everyone who talked about dinosaurs when they were little, I was so impressed by their knowledge.
I know. I used to know the names of like every single one. Now I know pterodactyl, and that's like it. That's my favorite.
T-Rex. No, totally. I mean, for me, I think I probably wanted to be a princess. I was obsessed
so real.
with princess movies.
I still want to be a princess.
Hey, who says we can't be? But also mainly an artist, I think was my main goal, but also thinking more realistically now, I can still use my creative abilities while having a stable job and career, so hoping to stick with that.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a great plan to me.
Well, it looks like that is all the time we have today. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Whitewater Wind Down. We'll see you next week for more news, entertainment, and sports. Have a great weekend and stay tuned to UWW TV.